Here's my setup that David had asked me about. We got a 54-inch garden tractor, and we're pulling two 20-inch, or well, the Husqvarna's a 21-inch push mower, and the Murray over there is a 22-inch. I was asking about this frame setup, and what we've got pulling out of the center is a ball joint on each one. I got a cross rod here for support, running across over here. Now this was kind of the Achilles heel or whatever that was keeping my system from really working good. I had to add this stabilizer here. Now this is loose. It's locks down with a double lock nut here and a lock nut here, so it's allowed to free float. In the second version of this frame that I'm going to build this winter, that's going to look much nicer. This will be a stabilizer bar with ball joint ends on both. The reason why this has to be loose is this allows this mower to pivot from side to side and up and down in conjunction with that ball joints there. But yet without this, the problem I was having is instead of tracking straight behind the mower, it was perfectly fine on flat ground going straight, but when I'd get on a hill it would start to want to kind of track in behind the mower like so. When I added this, everything's working perfect. Now I've got a relatively flat yard for the most part. It's kind of hard to really see the terrain in this video here, but this is probably some of the most uneven of the ground I've got out here, and I wanted to kind of do a quick video showing the cut on this. Now theoretically, if you added up a 54-inch mowing deck, we could have a theoretical 97-inch cut, but in application it never works exactly right. I have to scoot both mowers in. I was originally, the first frame I built had them scooted in 2 inches overlap on each side. Well, occasionally, unless you were perfectly straight, if you turn just a little bit, it would leave a little mohawk trail off each side. So to make this system work, each mower is set in 4.5 inches of overlap off the main mowing deck. So that's 22-inch, that's a 21-inch, and a 54-inch mowing deck. Total width of cut, as it sets, is 88-inch cut, and it works extremely well. Now I'm going to hand this camera back, and I'm going to start this up and make a quick path down through here and show this little rigging in motion here. Everybody's got a steady time. Look how this done. One pass down and back we've cut out. Of course I moved over just a little bit, but got a good honest about 135, at least 140 inches worth of cut, making one pass down and back. Everything is, can't really get a good shot here, but each one of them is nice and level with the other one. That's what the sun was in this spot when I started. I'll try to get a brighter spot here for you. And it stripes good. If you like a nice striped lawn, it does a good job. But looking back here, one thing I will say that makes all this work together really well is the fact that on a Simplicity, the mowing deck has infinite height adjustment. You've got a turn rod, of course I got that pulled up right now, but anyway, you've got a crank rod here, and you turn the handle, and with the threaded rod it gives you literally infinite height adjustment. Some old Craftsmans did that too, and all the John Deeres I've seen have got a turn knob that you turn, but that is really key to making it cut nice and perfectly even across. As far as the mowers, I had a little bit of trouble getting these two balanced out. Now the Husqvarna wheels stayed the same. I went through 3 sets of different size push mower tires on the Murray before I could get it exactly the same as the Husqvarna. And another thing that changed the game a little bit was both of those have the gator blade, gator mulchers on them. So that was the reason why the third changed. Second time I had it right, but then when I changed blades, well, it made one, I think it was this one, it was dropped down a little bit. I had to change the, they call it a blade adapter, the part that fits onto the engine shaft that the blade actually hooks onto. I had to get a different blade adapter so I could run a gator blade, 22-inch gator blade on this, and I think it's like 21 7/8 or something odd wad, but anyway. And then of course Husqvarna is just readily available part number for it. But so that's this little rig. This winter I'm going to build a much nicer framework. It's going to look the same geometry, same design, but this right here will be cut at the right angle and painted and look better. The entire frame right here will probably be rebuilt, replaced. That is very thin wall square tubing. And I'm going to make it a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier now that I got my geometry and my measurements and everything the way I want it. I'm going to build it a little beefier, and like I said before, we're going to be replacing this with a stabilizer that has actual ball joints on it. Oh, one more thing before I turn this off here. It's another ball joint. I'm going to try to zoom in here a little bit. This is the ball joint setup. Yeah, my welding's crappy, I did it in a hurry, but that's my ball joint setup. It's got a fixed pin bolted to the top side, so whenever I go to unhook it, I can just simply pull a pin, and the drawbar pin actually goes down and stays with this framework at all times. But and that little piece right here, let me zoom out here. That little piece right there that's going across from there to there, don't worry about that. That's totally not necessary. That was just part of before I had this bar, trying to keep this T stabilized, but with the addition of that, that's totally not necessary. But anyway, that's my little video, and David had asked about it, and a couple other guys, I don't remember the names, sorry guys, but a couple other guys asked about this, and I wanted to see this in motion and see how I built it. The tractor, if you're curious, is a 2006, I think, maybe 2008, Simplicity Conquest. It's a mid-range garden tractor. It's not the biggest one Simplicity builds, but it's pretty darn close. Got a rear locking differential. I can set my foot on the pedal and lock both back wheels together at the exact same rate, which really helps out in some of that terrain back there. That's really not a good area to film from, but it is pretty good little hills. especially trying to get up that little slope there by the storm shelter. Yeah, in Tennessee we definitely need storm shelters, but that's my little mowing rig. I never really thought much about mowing. I went from about between a 1/2 and 3/4 acre yard, and always enjoyed mowing. And then I move out here, and all total, of course I'm just getting bits and pieces of the yard here, but all total, it's hard to tell with this hillside because this goes way over the hill and way over the hill that way. But all total, according to the outline on Google Earth, my actual mowing area is 2.9 acres. And I just like to get done in a hurry. I don't like to spend all afternoon mowing. Now today it's nice, it's like 85, not even 85 degrees, 83 degrees outside, low humidity, nice day. But getting in July, and here in July back when it's 100, 105 degrees outside and humid, that's just, mowing's just not something I really want to do. So that was the birth of that thing, to get done quicker without having to buy a super huge, real expensive mower. You start pricing lawnmowers on the market and try to figure out how much it costs for well, any big commercial mower. There's not one sold at Lowe's or Walmart or anything like that that's 80 something inches, 88 inches cut. Usually the biggest they go to is about 72 inches. So I'm still larger than anything that I can buy. You can get about a 90-inch finish mower to go behind a tractor, and you're talking lots and lots of money. To touch on cost a little bit, bought this mower used, 325, 35 hours, something like that on it. Got it for a song. It's about $2,500 used. They were nearly 6,000 new, or excuse me, 5,500 new. But I bought it very, very lightly used. And these Simplicity Conquest have been known to run 1,500, nearly 2,000 hours before they need to be replaced. It's now got 430-ish hours. I put about 100 hours on it. As far as the cost on the mowers, the framework, and the ball joints cost more than the framework. But the framework with the ball joints, I was out maybe, after all my trial and error, maybe 50 bucks. The Husqvarna push mower didn't cost me nothing, it was a gift, but if I went out and bought it, it was like $250 to buy one. The cheap Murray, picked it up, literally junk. Guy gave it to me, it blew the motor on it, and we put a Briggs 500 series motor on it. Price tag on it, I can't remember what I gave, $75 for the little Briggs motor, and that was bought in 2011. Dealerships got several of them they're trying to get rid of, so that worked out pretty good. I can't think of anything else I need to tell you about this. I will make a very, very shorter video. I'm sorry, I know this is 15 minutes long, but I will make a much shorter video of the new frame this winter. I get really, really bored in the winter time, and I got an awesome, nice garage to work out of, a nice shop to work with too, on top of the garage. So I will be building a much nicer looking, better, stronger frame this winter, and I will make a real quick video of that new framework when it is done this winter time. Thank you for watching. Please comment, or at least vote if you like or dislike this video. I do this because I enjoy it, but I also want to share some knowledge, share some ideas with people. If you've got a really large acreage area that's relatively flat, I'm saying 20-degree slopes and under, and this system really works best when you've got big wide open areas. You can really eat some acres in a hurry with this thing. This is really the way to go. Build you a frame, stick you a couple little push mowers behind it, you'll be amazed at how much faster, and you can build your framework to any mower deck size you want. So mower size will vary. I mean, you can put it behind a 60-inch or you can put it behind a 30-inch. It don't matter. Obviously, as the smaller the tractor type, the narrower your cut will be overall, because you have to bring the mowers in more. But there's a lot of 54-inch Craftsmans and Husqvarnas and Simplicities and John Deeres out. So That just goes to show what you can do. Once again, I do thank you for taking the time to listen to me yammer on, and we'll be bringing more videos to you shortly. Thank you.